The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, 90 days of boxing, day 55. It's a bit, better late than never.
That's
right.
right.
We got it in. It's 11:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means I know it's 8:21 Pacific Standard Time out there if you're out west. But look, it's gonna be a good live. We got the one and only.
What's going on,
We
guys?
got Pops in the building.
You know it.
So make sure, listen.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get y'all questions in. I don't know how long he's gonna be here,
Yeah.
but for however long he's here, make sure you guys ask this man all kinds of questions. Let's get him riled up. Let's get him fired up
Man,
because
I can't believe this motherfucker signed with Don King.
Blair Cobbs.
What the fuck, man? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I still can't get over that, man. When did they get rid of him?
Golden Boy.
Yeah,
Oh.
when this motherfucker came back from rehab.
Well, no. What I heard was when he beat Maurice Hooker.
Didn't know what they thought. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what we're talking about right now, Pops just found out like an hour ago that Blair Cobbs signed with Don King.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain to Pops
Holy
what happened with
shit.
Blair Cobbs and Don King. If y'all got questions for Pops, drop them down below. But basically, so he beat Maurice Hooker. Remember when he beat Maurice Hooker? Blair
Yeah.
Cobbs. So he beat Maurice Hooker, and then after he beat Maurice Hooker, from what I heard, he was pricing himself out of a lot of fights because he had an inflated view of himself because he beat a former world champion. But
Okay.
Hooker wasn't a good. He
Right.
was a champion at 40, not 47.
Right.
So then he
Holy
couldn't
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't make him fights. Then he had the whole Virgil Ortiz thing, and then it's just been a year of just training and staying active. And I guess now it's crazy 'cause I just saw Blair. Now he's Don King, so that's how it goes.
Holy shit, he gonna get a fight. I'm sorry.
He can fight Broner. He can fight Trayshawn Wiggins.
That's about it. But after that, Don King is not like putting out a lot of fights actively with their fighters. I mean,
They got a card in April. They got
Is
one in
that
May.
what
They got a card in April. They got one in May.
what's that? Desperate Times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Damn, man, I can't. I still can't get over that, man. Boxing changes everything every
Every
one
day.
blink to another day.
Just like that.
I mean, I like him. I think he can promote something pretty good. So if they have the Broner fight with that, it'd be great to have. But
Yeah.
okay, what if
Shout out to Eddie Mirage. He says, "What up, my guy? What's good, Eddie? Good to see you."
What's going
And
on,
then
guys?
the
God
following
bless.
star has a question for you, Pop. He says, "Pops, which was the first fight you saw live?"
Oh man, the one that I seen live that
Yeah.
I mostly went real like live.
What about on TV?
No, he's talking about
Oh,
live.
in person, like in the flesh?
like in the flesh. Why?
Didn't you go to the Boston Garden when you were a kid?
Yeah, but that was me when I was doing the boxing thing.
But then your
I
foster mom, she wouldn't let you box.
boxing and we do shit. But I'm trying to think what fight. I don't think I remember actually going to an actual like real life unless I with my son or
Okay.
And that.
How about on
that's where-
TV? What was the first fight you remember watching on TV?
Watch Jerry Cooney was the fuck's his name is
Larry Holmes?
that era. I watched a lot of that. Marvin Hagler, the Four Kings.
All that.
I follow that. I follow
But yeah, the Four Kings.
Duke
Duke Ray Mancini?
Boom Boom Mancini.
Okay.
I watched Michael Cabahal. I watched Norris. I watched Norton. I watched
All that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
My man, Hockey.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to butcher your name.
Yeah.
But he's always here from Malaysia. Says Pops looks like a gangster.
I don't fucking.
Y'all see the bulldog tattoo?
You ever see a bit?
Could
You
you-
ever see a pit bull with a black eye?
Explain that.
Shit.
Explain that tattoo.
Well, what happened was when you get pussy whooped,
Oh no.
don't fucking get a tattoo with another
So
woman's name.
what'd you do? You got a tattoo
I
with
got your mom's
my
name.
mom's name on
Yeah.
there? And then what happened?
I was like, we broke up. We got divorced.
And then what happened?
And then I said, I gotta do something with this motherfucker. So I went and got. The funny part was,
I remember this too.
yeah, I didn't even get a fucking. I went straight to the hood and got a street ass motherfucking tattoo artist practicing. As you can see, he's practicing, but this bad motherfucking pit bull boy, he got a black eye
With the Puerto Rican flag?
But Puerto Rican flag, well, he'll fuck your ass up. Don't get it twisted.
There you go. So there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Dosa Boxing. What's good, brother? Hope you've been doing.
God bless you.
Shout out to Dosa Boxing. It was a pleasure meeting you out there in California at the JoJo fight. Hope all is well. Jesus says Blair Carl made a big mistake signing with Don King. Well, look, man, it's like I just said it in the video I just dropped. When a fighter signs with Don King, it's always a last resort. So generally, you know, to sign with Don King, you either have had to have burn bridges with the other promoters, right? Which Blair falls under that umbrella because he doesn't get along with Golden Boy anymore, and then. You know, he's a 34-year-old, 33, 34-year-old welterweight. He's no spring chicken, right? So, and he hasn't fought for about a year and a half. So, you know, I'm sure Top Rank and PBC and Matchroom aren't banging down the door to sign Blair Cobb. So that's why it's with Don King.
How about Eddie Hearns? Oh, it's too late now, but I'm saying, like, I would have never gone. I'm sorry. I don't care how much a legendary King is, Don King is. They don't have the right people. They don't have the...
cover all the fights.
They don't have the right person running the friggin' the whole thing. And I'm going to call out the way I see it. They don't.
So they want to know. Pops wants to. Phalanx wants to know from you, Pops. Who's your favorite fighter?
I'm big on Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
I guess right now, and I guess you said Hagler.
From Puerto Rico, I definitely like Felix Trinidad and
my brother Machado.
Fuck.
And Mario Barrios.
Definitely fuck it, but he got a lot of money. He got a lot of money in the goddamn bank, so he's good.
Okay.
And Rocky Marciano, I liked a lot too.
Okay, there you go. So does Don want to get rid of Adrian Broner already? I mean, look, Adrian Broner's fought one. I think he fought one fight with Don. He fought that little Bill Hutchinson fight. Then he was supposed to fight Chris Howard, and then he pulled out the fight, and then Trayshawn Wiggins wound up knocking out Chris Howard in one round. So
I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna call it the way I see it, man. Them motherfuckers ain't running shit right over there. If I was Blair Cobbs, I mean, if you wanted to fight somebody, I could pay you with this.
Oh no.
And with this, and you get a lot more rounds with me than you will with Don King. I promise you that.
Damn.
Because I'm very adamant about that. Because when Brendan had to do what he had to do for these other fighters and stuff, he did it out of love and because of the passion. He wanted to help them. But these motherfuckers they weren't getting nothing. Nothing. And you can't blame Don King because Don King is old. If you ever go to his press conference, you might as well get yourself 3-4 cups of coffee and get yourself a book to read. Because it's a long... He just talks about everything. He's at that age where he doesn't really know what he knows enough to have the money in his name, but whoever's running that for him is making a bad name. So the boxers should have come to True School Sports consultation. I'm his lawyer, and you would have got better. You would have got better.
Okay, all right. Roscoe Jones says, "R.I.P. Johnny Boy." What happened to Johnny Boy? I know he was in jail, but he's dead. Dosa Boxing says it would have been a good opponent for Lindolfo Delgado or Omar Aguilar. Talking about Blair for those guys. Blair's a 47-pounder. Lindolfo, I think isn't Lindolfo 140?
But can he fly? He can go down to 140, right?
Hell no. No.
Blair don't look that big. He looks skinny as fuck when we see him.
He can't make no 140.
He can't make 140?
Nope.
He doesn't look
not
that,
a chance.
He don't look that big as 147.
Zero chance. I'm telling you. I just saw Blair at the gym. Zero chance.
Wow. Okay. You know I
Zero.
didn't know that.
Zero. Come on, Pops. You know why Eddie don't want to sign Blair? He's gonna call out Conor Benn being on steroids. Hearn don't want that.
I'll tell you right now.
That was the fight Conor Benn wanted at one point.
Yeah, I'll tell you something right now. You would have brought Blair the Flair there, the match would have been like a WWF. He would have picked up motherfucking Ben and give him a suplex or whatever the fuck he got to give him. That's it. WWF. He would have brought... What people don't understand, you got to have personality to sell yourself and be that. And he might have a big mouth and he might talk a lot of shit.
We want to watch him fight.
But I'd love to see like him and we went Bronin back in the day when they talk a lot of shit. You got to have that. You got to have that in boxing. So why not? He's 34. I don't think that's old for 147. You think so?
He doesn't either. He gave me a whole like lecture.
I watched it. You know.
No. There was stuff that he told me off camera. He gave me like a whole breakdown about with modern nutrition, fighters' primes get extended and this.
You know one thing I don't agree with him? He's fucking wrong.
What?
He's telling me that Gervonta Davis can knock the fuck out of Roberto.
Let's pull the chat.
Hell to the hell no.
Chat. So Blair said in my recent interview that Gervonta Davis would beat Roberto Duran in his prime because fighters now are getting better, and Gervonta is an aggressive counterpunch knockout artist.
No. And I'll tell you why.
And Duran would have just ran into it like he did with Hearns.
And I'll tell you why he will not beat a Duran. Durant, yeah, he comes in, he got volume puncher, and he's strong. He go knock or whatever. He was great at his time, but you know why he won't beat him? Because motherfuckers today don't fight enough to be as active as they were back in the day. They don't even go past 12 or 15 rounds today, huh? So get that shit out of here.
He also-
Skills pays the bills, and Javante, yeah, he's great. He's got the knockout, and he's this and that. But I'm sorry, when this level to boxing, what Durant has accomplished, what the fuck has Javante Davis accomplished? Not a fucking thing in my mind. Don't ever compare him to Roberto Durant because he ain't even close.
He's the face of boxing according to Leonard Ellerby.
Well, you know, he's the man with the bandwagon, but I'm telling you straight out. I mean, where did he come from that? I mean, I would have told him right to his face. Back in the day, they fought 15, 12, 13, 15 rounds fights. You don't see that no more. Motherfuckers can barely make 10 rounds.
Eddie Morales likes the idea of true school sports consultation.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, but...
And then what's his name? Falling Star says, "Is Don King's prime the greatest promoter in terms of actually promoting? Is he the best promoter ever?"
I would say he's had the people can say that the negativity about him, but look at the bright side. All the big fights that he's promoted that's actually made a lot of money and actually brought big names together. You can't even get that. You can't even get that today with these boxers and any big name. Look at how long it took to get the fucking Crawford and Spence fight.
Don King would have that done in a couple months.
Yeah. And you know what he'll say? Only in fucking America you could get it done. Because there's an opportunity, he will get all that shit done.
Yeah,
so
I got you. So, Pops, well, we mentioned Tank. I don't think I got your thoughts on the whole Tank versus Frank Martin fight. Do you have an opinion on Tank versus Frank Martin coming up?
I'm really like, I'm going to ride with Tank. I like Frank. I like the Ghost, but the Ghost disappointed me when he turned that fight down with Shakur, with Stevenson, when they offered him the $1 million or whatever. This guy he just came out of the Blue Docks, the Boom Docks, and then he had Earl Spence, training him and everything, right? And he got a couple of fights before he got notoriety and whatever the case may be, and then now he wants to turn out a fight with Stevenson, and then now he's fighting Tank. You know what? I hope Tank knocks him the fuck out, because to me, when I see these young fighters today, and there's one guy that I really respect a lot, and I'm starting to see his personality and see how he talks. And I think
Ryan Garcia?
Nope. Fuck Ryan Garcia. God bless him. I pray for him. That motherfucker, I don't know what planet he's in every day. Yeah, I don't know if he's on Earth, if he's on here. I pray for him. But the reality is, that guy needs to get serious at boxing.
But who was the fighter you were going to mention? Okay,
the boxer that I'm mentioning that I've been recently been really looking at and really think that he's not going to back down for nobody. I'm going to tell you straight up, bro. I gotta say, Brooklyn and Brownsville, baby. You know what time it is. It's a motherfucker shoot Carrington. Yeah, that's the motherfucker. They're gonna beat motherfuckers. They ain't afraid of nobody. He gonna take over. You open and watch out, because Shoo's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Shoo's gonna come out
when you
there.
Said Brooklyn, I thought you were gonna say Richard Hitchens.
Hell no.
I was talking about the gas of Richard Hitchens. Okay.
Hell nah. I mean, he's improved a lot, but I just see the way Carrington is talking and everything. I don't care. People say, oh, he can't fight. You know, he can't do this. The guy says he's going to fight. I like what he says. And like he said, we're not friends. And I'm going to say it again. Friends and business are two different things. I want to see Carrington do something in his weight class and show it. And I don't think he's afraid of anybody.
So you mentioned, since you brought him up, he mentioned when I interviewed him, potentially Ruben Villa and Robeisy Ramirez, those two guys close to him in the rankings.
Right.
You got any thoughts on maybe Shushu against those guys? Because I felt like if he's going to get a step up, it's going to be against one of those guys within the top rank, stable.
Well, I really like a lot. I'm big on, even though he lost, Ramirez, but, and Villa, I don't know much about Villa. I'm watching doing right now, my mind, but I'll tell you right now what I like about Carrington. He's actually, as I see him, I see his maturity coming up more and more and getting better, just like Abdul.
Mm-hmm. Abdul Mason.
Yeah, Abdul Mason. So I would like to see, I think either one of those, he's going to full up motherfucking pancake.
I'm going to test you right here. I got one for you here.
No. What is
it? Since you brought up, by the way, I'm gonna get into the comments in a second. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's here commenting. But I got Pops here.
Hit that like, man.
So
I
gotta go ahead. Yeah. I gotta go ahead and I gotta
you're putting me in a tough spot?
Put him in a tough spot.
Oh,
put him in a, and the best part is Daniel Rubin just entered the chat. So you better answer this very. Okay, so Shushu's at featherweight. Right. What do you think about if they were to cross past Bruce Carrington and like Angelo Leo? That's a hard fight, isn't it?
Man, you gonna fuck me up with that shit, man.
Cause you like, I know you like both of them.
I like both of them.
I had to fuck you up with that one.
Yeah, you did, but oh my god, because Shuju's just something else right now. But that being said, the tie goes to Leo. You know why? Because he got that champion mentality. He was a champion before.
Okay.
We don't know what Bruce is really
When he steps up,
Right.
Okay. Daniel said you're wearing the right shirt. Let's go Celtics. He's actually wearing the wrong shirt. But I don't care about basketball.
My brother's a big Boston.
I don't care about basketball like
from
that.
Massachusetts.
As long as he don't walk in this room with no Boston Bruins.
We lived in Massachusetts for a long time.
Yeah, he lived in Massachusetts
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what
right.
it is.
Only winners here. That you know it. True School Sports. Only winners.
Rocky says he wants to see Bruce Carrington versus Raymond Ford or Shockey Foster.
Oh man, those are decent fights too. Yeah, those are all good fights too.
Yeah, Hakai wants to know who wins between Shushu and Angelo. That's a great fight. Shushu's last couple of fights has proven to be an aggressive counterpuncher. I would love that fight. I think that'd be a great test for both fighters. You're asking me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little biased towards Angelo, but that's a pick 'em. I would lean towards Angelo just because I think Angelo might have a little more gas in the tank, and he's got some things in I'm sure Shushu has some things in his skills he hasn't shown in the fights, but I know for a fact that Angelo's got some things in his skills that he hasn't shown in the fights.
Yeah.
So look, all I'm gonna say is this: April 10th, tune into the Pro Box. You shall soon see some of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think the tie goes to me. For me, it'd be Leo.
But that's one of the top fights that could be made at featherweight.
Yeah.
You know, as these guys try to kill each other to get the title before anybody
the
moves
champion,
up.
he came back, and now he's moving up again, do the same thing. We don't know exactly what Chushu's gonna do as he moves up.
Rocky says Carrington still has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
I think Venado Lopez will kick his ass.
Holy shit!
I would like that
that
fight.
motherfucker
I
the
would
pressure
love.
fighter?
I would love Venado to fight somebody with a pulse that's not
Is
pillow
that
fisted.
the pressure
Because
fighter?
bro, honestly, people are gassing up Venado. Venado's just been Venado was good, but Venado's been beating nothing but straight pillow fisted fighters.
Yeah,
Rhea Abbey, was it Conlon? Conlon, Warrington. I mean, good, solid fighters.
Yeah.
But come on,
I must say like this. That's the guy that was pressuring, right?
that's the guy for the Japanese fight.
Listen.
He goes with his chin up
Listen,
and
I'ma tell
he
you
does
straight up.
this and he does that. He's like the off brand, and he tries like Navarrete, but he's not Navarrete.
He keep running like that. He gonna run into something from Carrington and I'll say Foster and I'll say all these other guys because all he does is pressure, which is great to do. But when you get a counter opponent with a great jab and you keep doing that, he's gonna set you up with a hokey doke or what do you call this? Uppercut, yeah.
When it comes to Venado, what intrigues me about him is because I think Top Rank's done a magnificent job matching him. I mean, they matched him with guys that can't back him up. Like, they don't have it within their skills to back him up. They don't punch hard enough. They're not physically strong enough.
Right.
So he's looked like $1 million.
Exactly.
But what's going to happen to Venado when he runs into somebody who can hold their ground and push him back? Does Venado Lopez have back foot boxing skills? I don't think he does.
You can.
I don't think he does. I think Venado has to push you back.
He just comes forward a lot. I mean, he did run around that ring, but then he was fighting a Japanese that had no power with his punches and nothing.
But you know what? If you go and you pay attention though, one thing that Rhea Abbey was doing very well in that fight, he was catching Venado in between them shots.
Okay.
He was countering him nicely. He could say there was nothing on the punches.
No.
So Venado could eat one of them,
So if he had a
and then come forward and throw 3 or 4 whatever he wanted to throw.
So if you had a good counter puncher that got power, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, it'd be a different story. Now, Following Star asking the pertinent question, and shout out to MAW. He says, BT, what's your prediction for Angelo's peak pound for pound potential stature for the future? I think that's all up to him. He's got to stay focused and keep training. I'm not gonna get into what I know about his overall skill set because there are certain things that I want you guys to see for yourself. Because if I say it now, you guys are gonna say BT's your friend and you're hyping him up. So all I'll tell you is tune in April 10th and you'll and keep watching him fight and you'll see over time. But I think at some point in time I think by the end of this calendar year he will be a champion again. He will be a 2-division champion. Obviously, if he's gonna get on the pound for pound list, I think he's gonna have to unify the division, at least at minimum become a unified champion, beat a Venado Lopez, maybe rematch a Stephen Fulton, something like that, and have a dominant performance, which I think he's capable of doing because he's matured a lot as a fighter. And then obviously the fight that he's gonna want once the cards line up is, in a way if he wants to move to featherweight. So we'll see how it goes. I think the world of him, because I know what he puts into the sport. And I just think that he's gonna be a guy that does, maybe crack the bottom part of a pound for pound list in a couple years.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people don't know. Go ahead.
I'm just waiting for him. I can't. I wish I could sit here and just tell you. Like, I wish I could sit here and just give you guys the breakdown of everything I know. But I just some things I can't say on here. But like, he hasn't pulled out everything yet. That's all I'm saying. He hasn't pulled out everything.
How to train a 74 fight? I can't disclose.
The game or you know what? When I was in Vegas, I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was in Vegas, there was this one Cuban fighter who's like 2-0.
Yeah.
Or 3-0. And I took a little short of him,
right.
14 seconds. So I didn't know his name, so I wanted to go ask his name, and then his trainer was like, "Oh, no, we don't want you putting that out there." And by the way, it was a basic video of him just tapping the bag, like he wasn't doing anything crazy.
Oh, Lord.
And he was like, "No, we don't want nothing out there on YouTube. We're keeping him under wraps."
I'm
like, what?
He's probably gonna get knocked.
I'm like, he's a southpaw Cuban who moves around a lot. We know, we've seen that before.
Yeah,
but I respected the wishes. I didn't put the video out, but it's just funny.
He probably just looking and say, "What the hell?"
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, people say something like that.
The Nobody 92 says, "What are your thoughts on the Kid Austin fight this weekend? Who's he even? To be honest, I haven't even checked the undercard like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he even fighting? I don't even care who he's. To be honest, I'm just happy he's active. I hope whoever he beats next, if he beats this guy he's fighting, I hope Golden Boy and MVP Promotions, they go ahead and they sit down and they talk. What did Bill Haney say? Talk like bosses.
Yeah.
I hope they talk like bosses.
Yeah.
And they go ahead and they make Floyd Schofield versus Ashton H2O Silva. That's the fight that's got to happen.
I tell you the guy that I like that you're not really highly because he's fairly new and he just signed with Top Rank is that guy Garcia. I like that guy.
Kid Kansas?
Yeah, that's his name.
I don't have an opinion on Kid Kansas.
It's too early, right?
I like him. He's a nice guy.
You weren't impressed at all? You could tell when you see a fighter, you usually say
he's solid.
But he's not really.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion.
Right now because it's too early.
Yeah, it's too early for me.
Yeah.
Rocky says, I think Espinoza will beat Shushu. Rafael Espinoza and Robeisy both beat Shushu. That's Rocky. What you think? They both beating up your boy, Shushu?
I ain't going to say that. I mean, I will give credit to Espinoza because he put that motherfucker Cuban, like, it was a great fight between both of them. But he came out there and he exposed Ramirez. Ramirez did what he was supposed to do. He didn't do it. It was a good fight for either both of them, but I will tell you right now, I'm not going to say that. Hell fucking no. Hell to the hell no. You come motherfucking Brownsville?
Oh, no. How many times I tell you that? That don't mean anything.
But listen.
Espinoza come from Mexico.
I mean, the motherfucker don't even fight together. No, honestly, I just like Shushu. I think Shushu's at the right time. And Abdul's in the same weight class, right?
No, Abdul's 2 weight classes higher than him.
Okay, well, I'm saying with I would ride with Carrington. I would. He's a fighter though.
Apparently, and shout out to Koki. He says Floyd Schofield's dad called out Subriel Matias. So Subriel Matias gonna fight. Is he gonna duck Floyd Schofield the way he ducked Elvis Rodriguez?
Yeah.
You know he turned the fight down. You know Elvis Rodriguez was gonna fight. By the way, I gotta do a video on this, but Subriel Matias had a willing challenger in Elvis Rodriguez, and then Subriel said, "Nah, I ain't fighting him. Give me that Liam Parr over there."
Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Even though I think Liam Parr is better than Elvis.
No disrespect to Elvis Rodriguez. No disrespect to.
What about Subriel? What you mean no disrespect to Elvis?
To Elvis, no disrespect to was it Schofield?
Yeah.
If you're a fighter, all right.
Are you doing this? You gonna cap for Subriel Matias right now? I know if this is Devin Haney, you would not be doing this.
He got a good job.
No. I'm saying if Devin turned on a fight against a guy that wanted to fight him, you wouldn't be out here.
I'm just saying, Matias is a monster. These guys right here won't even stand a chance with Matias.
We don't know. We don't know because.
Come on, let's get real.
And then Michelle Rivera wanted to fight him, and they offered Michelle Rivera only $80,000 for a world title shot.
And he said no.
Of course he said no. It was a world title fight. It was $80,000. That's poverty money. After taxes, that's like $40,000.
That's it? Yeah.
For a world title shot against a guy who killed someone. You think that's enough money?
Okay, but what's the biggest money that
it's more than $80,000.
Muhammad Ali's made?
It's more than $80,000.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you like this. He's not just gonna fight like any fighter calls him out like he feels he's gonna blow him out.
Michelle Rivera's a good fighter.
He will beat the fuck
He just
out
beat
of him.
Lipinets last fight.
Really?
Former champion.
This is a guy that was been around since old ass Garcia when he left, right?
He
That's the
just
only
beat
time I remember him.
Lipinets.
Yeah.
Why you hating, man? Why you
No,
hating?
but I'm just saying, like, he's too old, Brandon. Come on. These young bucks want an opportunity. I get it. But don't go barking to the big dog.
Subriel
Because the
Matias-
big dog will bite your ass.
Subriel
if you
Matias
down
can't. I'm
quick.
sorry. I like Subriel
Don't
Matias.
go
I'm a Subriel Matias. He can't be big time in nobody. I'm sorry.
Who?
You can't him. He's big time. He big time in Elvis. He's big time in Michelle Rivera. Like you can't
He
be
will
big
be-
time in nobody.
Yes,
you
you
just
can.
got a promoter.
Listen.
You just signed with Eddie.
You know what? He's got to because those guys, it ain't no competition for him. The fuck you gonna do? Knock him the fuck up, put him out of hot boxing? That was gonna happen to him.
Koki says, I think Matias was shopping prices. I believe Matias' team offered Rivera 150K when his last was 40K. I believe Paul is ranked higher than Ellis Rodriguez right now. Hopefully, look, if he fights Paro, I'm not gonna complain. I personally think Liam Paro was better than everybody I named in 140, right? So there's no complaints. My thing is, my whole gripe is, and I'm part of the problem, right? We're talking about Matias as nobody wants to fight him, right? So you can't sit here and I keep the same energy even for my guys like Filip Hrgovic.
All right.
You can't sit here and say, nah, nobody want to fight me. And then
Yeah.
when you get a guy that raised their head that wants to fight you, who's a solid fighter, and Ellis Rodriguez, who's also Dominican, so you have that Dominican Puerto Rico dynamic. You can't just big time him. You just got a promoter. You just got what Eddie Hearn. How you going big
These
time?
are young bucks who just want an opportunity to try to beat this guy. They're not gonna beat him.
We don't know.
They're not gonna beat him. Neither of those guys are gonna beat him. I promise you. You're gonna put him fucking. I ain't gonna say to the grave, but he's gonna knock him out.
Karma says I'm wrong, and she thinks that 80 grand is good for Michelle Rivera to take the world title.
Well, I
shot.
would say.
Well, personally,
what-
I don't think
well-
80 grand is good for a world title fight.
But and that going to your point right there. What's his name again?
Karma.
Karma. Well, I could go to what he's saying because what I'm trying to say is if Michelle Rivera never made that much money, which we don't know, he's made that much money before in his lifetime, then there's opportunity to make that money regardless if you win or you lose it. And then if you beat him, then that's fine. So there you go. You know why he didn't want to go fight him? Because he get fucking knocked out. Unless he takes his shit. Whatever that thing they call him cheating.
We got our first super chat. Shout out to Everything by John, who's been showing up faithfully to these
Thank
lives.
you, John. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John. He says, good to see Ortiz getting good chances. I wish it was the same with Boots. He should move to 154 like we said. Yeah, well, Virgil hasn't officially got the Madrigal fight next. I made that video basically just saying that, like, that's probably how things are progressing. Like, because WBA named Jermell Charlo the champion in recess, basically meaning that he's not the champion now, but if he comes back, he's the champion, right?
Yeah.
So the belt went vacant, and that's why Madrimov fought Magomed Kurbanov. Madrimov beat Kurbanov. Madrimov was 1. Kurbanov was 2. 3 was Ortiz. So now really Ortiz is like 2. So they're on a collision course, and that's the fight that should be made. It's very easy to make. They're both on the zone. And I think it's a good test for Virgil, right? I'm of the mindset that Virgil has one of the best jabs in the business. One of the best, most world-class power jabs there is. So I think it's a great test. But as far as your point with Boots, yes, I think Boots should honestly have maybe one fight, do a little hometown fight in Philly, build some buzz in Philly, defend the belt one time, and drop it and move up. There's no sense in staying at 47 because when you look at the landscape, even the guys I want to see him fight, people are not going to, as I've said many times with you, John, like, they're not going to give him credit. Like, he's not going to do, the fights aren't going to do much for him. Like, I want to see him fight Jin Sasaki and Giovanni Santillan. But, again, if you were to fight those guys, people would say Boots is cherry picking and these guys are nobodies. So it's better for him to go to 54 where there's more action. There's Ennis, there's Tim Tszyu, there's Virgil Ortiz, there's Brian Mendoza, and a whole host of fighters. So
Would you agree with now we're talking about Boots real quick? Blair Flair said that. What's it about Boots? Say he can't.
he can box. He hasn't proven himself. He says he can box, but can he fucking fight? And we still don't know. Because he told me that in an interview in 2021.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
And he said Boots is scared of him.
Yeah, but is that like a reasonable statement based on his resume?
It's not a reasonable statement at all.
At all?
That's not
Oh, no?
We know Boots can fight.
Yeah. What
That's just Blair talking to me. But you know what? I'll say this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If Boots, listen, there ain't a whole lot of options. Can we make Blair versus Boots? Can we get that fight?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Because when he told you like
Talk.
he told you like with a stern look, like Yeah, I've been telling you a couple years ago.
No, yeah, because I interviewed him.
Yeah, I said,
Because he said he can box, but can he fucking fight?
but if he ever fought me, even with a week's notice, what'd he say?
No, that was about Rocha.
Oh, okay.
That was about Rocha.
Oh, he said he was taking the fight?
He was talking about Rocha because he basically said that he lost the fight, but he said it was a circumstantial loss. Like he lost because.
Yeah.
But I was thinking because I'm pretty sure he was getting ready to fight. Who was he getting ready to fight? Because McKinson versus Virgil was the main event.
Right.
I remember I covered the fight.
Okay.
Blair was supposed to fight Rocha, I believe, on the undercard.
Yeah.
And Blair had offered to step in for Virgil to fight McKinson, but then Golden Boy wouldn't okay it. So then Blair versus Rocha got moved to main event. But his gripe is that he says that he had a short notice, which I can't remember if he got a short notice or not. But he said he had a short notice. No, he won. He took the fight and he lost.
Right.
But he's saying the loss was more due to the short notice than it was to Rocha being good. And he said, look, when Rocha fought somebody who was good, who had proper time to prepare with Giovanni Santillan, you saw what happened to him. That's what he was saying.
Would you say that if Santillan fought Blair has a chance with him?
Who?
I'm saying.
I like that fight. It's a good fight.
No, I'd say
I'll go with
stronger.
I'll go with Giovanni. I like Giovanni in that fight.
I think he would knock him the fuck out.
But it'd be a good fight. Like Dosa Baca, shout out to him. He said that'd be a fire fight.
Which one? Blair and
yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
by the way, listen, guys. There's 22 you here, but I only got 11 likes. So guys, stop being. Listen, I got that heavy hitter. I got Pops.
Yeah.
Show some appreciation.
Yeah, hit
Smash that like button for Pops.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it if you do.
Karma says that Blair has no chance against Giovanni Santillan at all.
I know. He's big and strong, Brendan. He has some team power. Blair does not. Blair will probably do all these acrobat shit like a wrestling and shit. You know?
I gotta adjust this again. This is ridiculous. So Rash Valdo, shout out to Rash Valdo. He says, BT and salute to BT and your pops. Your boy Hergovich needs to rematch Zhang before he thinks about fighting big boys, as he got a gift that night from the judges. Well, first of all, he didn't get a gift. Zhang did in that fight what he did against Parker and did against Jerry Forrest and does it almost all of his fights where he doesn't get a knockout, which is he blew out of his ass the entire second half of the fight and gave away the entire second half of the fight. So I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you, but I gotta stop being a lazy. I gotta drop this damn interview. Yeah. I asked him about that. I asked Hergovich about that in a recent interview, and Hergovich is not the problem. You guys need to stop putting all this pressure on Hergovich. He is not the problem. The problem is not Hergovich. He wants the Zhang rematch. Zhang doesn't want the Hergovich rematch because Zhang called out the whole top 15 but Hergovich. So if Zhang really thought that it was a gift, then why don't and he thinks it's an easy fight? Why the hell does Zhang not call for rematch? It's only go check it. Go check the receipts. Go check the interwebs. All right. Google up Zhang calling out Hergovich for the rematch. Video, you can't. Because he was. Listen, guys. I got a 27-minute interview with Hergovich. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. Yeah. I was gonna chop it up, but F it. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. I'm gonna drop you guys the whole 27-minute interview. Hergovich was going off. He was going off on everybody. He was going off on everybody. Dubois, Zhang, Parker, Joshua. Everyone. So when I drop it, you will get all the answers you need. All right. Mm-hmm. It ain't his fault. It's Zhang's fault. Zhang don't want the damn fight because Zhang understood that he's old. Zhang understood that his hype was never gonna be higher than it was after the Hergovich and Two Joyce fights. So he stopped calling out Hergovich. He called out Fury and all these other guys. And guess what? He called out the wrong guy in Parker, and that's why I got him a big L hung on his record. Another one.
Would you still like to see the fight now? Or it doesn't matter now, right?
I don't care. He's not gonna be Hergovich. He fought the worst Hergovich that will ever exist in a boxing ring. Yeah. He fought that dude, when his dad just passed away. And then we're not gonna say it on here on live, but we found out some stuff the other day that he had going on. That very personal stuff, but he had a lot of stuff going on, and he still found a way to win. Why? Because he's a professional, and because Zhang didn't have the gas tank to beat him. So that's.
I would just say one thing he said, and I won't get much of the interview. He says, who the fuck wants a Croatian champion?
That's what he said.
He said, America wants an American.
They want American, they want Mexican, they want British. They don't want Croatian heavyweight champion.
I was rolling when he said that. I said, what the... He doesn't get a point, but guess what? If he becomes champion and he beats Usyk and he beats all the other guys, what are people going to say?
What do you think the boxing industry wants from the heavyweight division?
A champion?
What do you think they want?
They want.
It doesn't matter what they want. Like The Rock.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
I'll tell you like this. If you get if he just gets a chance, which he deserves to get a chance, I'm talking about Hergovich. I mean, he could change the whole. Like he said it. He said, I don't remember the whole interview, but you can just watch the interview.
Yeah, just
Yeah, it's a great
I'm gonna
interview.
drop it tomorrow afternoon.
It's a great interview.
When I drop it, just watch the whole thing. He addresses all that.
Oh my God,
Parker,
really good,
Joshua,
yeah.
Dubois, Zhang, all that stuff. So it'll all be in there. Yeah, next gen combat. Salute to you. He says, that MF hit Rocha with 6 right hooks in a row. Yeah. Giovanni Santiago was possessed by the spirit of Roy Jones.
Real quick. Yeah, and he showed it too. Yeah.
I gotta rewatch that fight. He hit him with 6 right hooks in a row. That was a great fight.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite fights from last year. And that's what I'm saying. I want Top Rank. And the onus should just be on Boots, right? I feel like Top Rank. I'm gonna wag my finger at Top Rank because one of
Hit that like, guys. Hit that like.
when did that fight happen?
Please.
When did that fight happen with Giovanni Santana Rocha? What was that like?
Oh man.
Like September, October? What are we in March? Like I feel like Top Rank hasn't really given Giovanni that extra push after such a sensational performance. They didn't really give him that push because I remember like the night that he knocked him out. Like there was no instant. I had to wait a whole day and a half because they were too busy promoting Ngannou versus Fury.
I thought he was a Golden Boy fighter.
No, he's Top Rank. Rocha's Golden Boy. Golden Boy won the purse bid, and Top Rank let Giovanni cross the street.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like what happened to Raymond Ford in Komatov.
Yeah, because it hasn't fought in a minute after that fight, though. You haven't heard much
Yeah,
from him.
Dose of Boxing, thank you. They fought in October, right?
Yeah.
Which was, it was the week of Fury and Ngannou, because I remember. There was, when he knocked him out, I remember going on Instagram trying to look for all the posts of what was going on with Giovanni, because I wanted to see if Top Rank would actually give him his shine, because he was working hard for a long time, but like he always kind of flew under the radar. So now that he had a performance we're talking about, I was looking to see what they're gonna talk about him. It took him like a day and a half to post, but they were up Fury and Ngannou's ass the whole week, like the whole entire week.
Well, we already know about Top Rank when they promote how they promote shit out there. I mean, they just do it half-assed and never do it the right way.
Raj Valdo says it's also rumored that Nick Ball might also fight Raymond Ford. How do you think that'll go? Also, Ryan in the right frame of mind to fight Devin Haney? I thought he'd get beat when it got announced, but more so now. So to answer your first question with Nick Ball and Raymond Ford, I like that fight a lot. I think Raymond Ford showed me a lot that last fight. You know, a lot against Komatov. And I learned a lot about him, not just from him, but from his team, like talking to them and stuff. I think the Nick Ball fight, Raymond Ford is going to get a chance to really showcase his counter-punching abilities because Nick Ball is going to try to maul him. I think Raymond Ford is going to be sharp enough to deal with like the roughhousing tactics. And then Raymond Ford, as we can saw, if push comes to shove, he can find the pocket. Now, Ball is a bit more, he's shorter than Komatov. He's stockier. I would even venture to say he's physically stronger than a guy like Komatov. So there's going to be some challenges, but I would say Raymond Ford wins that fight by decision.
Yeah, man. You gotta look at it after this fight right
here.
But
that's a good fight.
The fight that he just fought with Komatov, his confidence gotta be like way high. So if a Nick Ball, anybody come in, they better watch out. This guy's gonna bring it.
I don't know, but I know they said they might do that fight. I don't think they're gonna do the Nick Ball fight. I think he takes a lesser opponent and then goes ahead and
vacate.
And not vacate, but just defend the belt, but do it like a tune-up. Maybe pick somebody like lower in the rankings and just you know. He gets one against all odds. Like give the kid a break.
What's the second one? You said something.
Oh, the second question was, do you think Ryan is in the right frame of mind to beat Devin Haney?
No, I don't think so. I mean, doing all the shit that he's doing, and then again, like people say, this is all staged for the selling the fight, whatever. I don't think so. I think I never seen him so like all over the place. Fucking lost. The fucking lost puppy trying to find his bone.
Who?
Fucking Ryan Garcia. Doesn't know what the fuck. I mean, people talking about it and this and that, and he needs to focus on. I mean, I don't know how Derek James deals with that though. Like I'm quite sure in that conference, that he was trying to talk to him.
I could be reading the situation wrong.
Yeah.
But I respect Derek James. I think he's a true professional.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know where he's at as a trainer. Maybe he's just doing it for the money, or maybe he's. But I want to give Derek James the benefit of the doubt. I feel that he wouldn't even let Ryan in his gym if Ryan wasn't doing the right things in training.
True.
So I'm gonna only because I'm giving Ryan the benefit of the doubt because I feel like if he didn't kick Ryan out already, then Ryan's doing enough in training.
Okay,
that's how I'm taking it.
I'm saying he could do.
And unlike the Tank fight, Ryan's not gonna be weight drained this fight, and Ryan is fighting a guy who we fought 6 times in the amateurs. They won. They're
Yeah,
at 3-3 apiece. So I feel like, regardless of what's being said, when the night of the fight comes, I think Ryan is gonna.
Well, I would say, what's that saying that you always say 50% mine, whatever the fucked up thing is, boxing?
I think Ryan. I think Ryan's gonna give the best performance of his career. Like
I don't
the
think so.
best performance he could possibly give.
I think-
maybe not the best performance of his career, but the best performance he could possibly muster up
No.
is gonna be in this fight.
I think he gets on the riding the bike like he's doing right now. He's fucking riding the bike, but he's not steering it right. He's still fucking on like this. What am I getting at?
He said he's gonna buy Devin
Whatever
Haney off of
his
Mike
mind,
Tyson.
you can go in there and you can box and do all that in the gym with a great trainer, which I really like, Derek James, and do all that. But the fucking reality of it, if you don't have this up here, I don't give a fuck how much you punch the punch it bag. I don't give a crap if you jump broke. I don't care what you do in the gym.
This fight-
'Cause this is not right in his head. I'm telling you. I'm
Well,
telling you.
what about the possibility that maybe Ryan is planting, like he's lulling Devin to sleep, like he's doing all this weird shit, right? And Devin's buying into it, and maybe Devin's cutting corner.
Well, one thing I will say, I never seen Haney. I never seen him so animated, like in a conference. Like when I seen him calm when he talks with his opponents.
They know they're friends. They know each
Yeah,
other.
well, of course they're all staged and everything, and they're gonna have dinner together, and they're the best buddies, whatever it can be. But the reality is, when you brought out the nappy hair shit, when you brought out the toupee, and all this other shit that's coming out, it does have a reasoning. You know what I mean? It does have a and I never seen I never seen him have that. Like I didn't even seen him when he gets really. I haven't seen him get popped enough where he just stands back up and fight with anger.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
What about Haney?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, they're pushing him, but I think he's gonna come out better than what you think.
I hope who Devin?
Yep.
Oh, so you believe in Devin Haney now?
Yeah, some for God's sake.
Hell is frozen over.
Well,
He's
I'm-
over here.
I'm running with Haney because I think his reaction, the way he's talking, and because of how Ryan's been acting through this whole thing, and then he's crying. He wants the victim thing. People feel sorry for him. They come back. He says, "Get the fuck out of here."
He's all over the place.
Get the fuck
Look,
out.
he's all over the place. First he's touched on everything. He's touched on like
Oh, my God.
Palestine, Israel. He's touched on conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I saw him. Do you know that girl that does the MMA interviews, Nina Marie?
No.
He's hitting on her on Twitter. Like he's doing all kinds of stuff.
Doing some stuff.
He's going at KSI. Hold on, Bob. We got a super chat.
Okay.
Shout out to my man, the pound for pound #1
Thank
Canelo
you,
fan in the
appreciate it.
world, Pete. Felipe's cousin Pete.
Thank
with
you,
the,
Pete.
With the $9.99 super chat. He says, the untouchable.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pete, your boys gonna get fucked up on Mangia. Just joking, Pete.
You don't believe that, do you?
No, I
Do you
don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. I
that.
don't believe that. I'm just joking with him. I'm just trying to tease him. God bless you, Pete. Yeah, but what were we saying, Benny? What were we talking about? Oh, man, I got to.
Devin Haney and Ryan.
Yeah, Devin Haney. I think just Ryan is like. I mean, he when he came out and said, "Yeah."
He also said he knows who killed Tupac.
No.
And he's
I'm
gonna buy
sorry.
Devin Haney's
He-
ears?
He's been spoken too much. Sorry to tell you. He came to that first conference crazy. That was the second one it was. His mind's not there, and he's going, "Yeah, the crowd stands here. They believe me. I'm being straightforward." No, motherfucker, your little crowds is what's gonna cause you to lose your shit.
Hey, did you? By the way, today, right when he was running, Ryan. And see, look, we're talking about it, so he's doing a good job promoting the fight.
Yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
was jogging, and he was asking people, like, as he was jogging, he was like, he was asking if they side with pedophiles, and he said if they believe in if they're with pedophiles, be silent. And everyone he was running past was silent, and they didn't reply to him. And then he would yell at them, and he would call people like cowards and bitches.
He lucky he didn't get punched the fuck out. Tell him to go jog down Campton, and that was in L.A. and Las Vegas, wherever the hell he was running.
Yeah.
This guy needs to just chill out, and all that talking, it's gonna get him in the wrong place. I'm telling you, Haney's gonna come.
The Falling Star is asking the proper pertinent question.
What's
He
it?
says, "Who are the top 10 boxers of the 21st century so far?" Okay, Floyd Mayweather,
Floyd for sure.
Manny Pacquiao, Roman Gonzalez, right? Them guys. Damn, you asking hard. I mean, I guess, right? Because there's gonna be some guys from the '90s that kind of intersect.
Mm-hmm.
So should I include like a guy like Lennox Lewis? Because I mean, most of his prime was in the '90s. So I don't know if I include him, but Roy Jones,
Of course.
right? You got Roy. I'm gonna go with Eric Morales. I'm gonna put Eric Morales in there.
You gotta put Eric Morales.
Terrence Crawford, of course. Right? Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
Inoue. Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, definitely Jack Kawasaki.
Bernard Hopkins.
Mm,
What?
he was.
I'm putting Bernard in there. I
Yeah.
don't care what you say. We putting B Hop in there. You crazy?
B-Hop did what he had to do. He came out of jail and he accomplished a lot. And he beat my.
He's the
opponent.
first undisputed middleweight champion since Marvin Hagler.
Okay, I guess so.
Um,
Who else we had?
I don't know.
21st.
I named 9. I named about 9.
We had to do one more. Let me see.
I'm gonna go with Bermain Stavern. I'm
But,
gonna put.
you almost sound like Johnny with that one.
I'm gonna put
You-
one guy on the list that
No.
doesn't belong to be there.
You almost sound
So
like
that's
John-
my list.
You almost sound like Johnny with
Bermain
that one.
Stavern is number 10.
Hell nah,
Yeah.
Hell nah. Stavern.
Oh, you know what? I'll go Clarissa Shields because he's 3-time undisputed, and she got 2 gold medals.
Over Serrano? Well, you discussing now.
He said put Canelo in there. Nah, man, because he won't fight. Because he won't fight Benavidez, man. He won't fight Benavidez. And you guys say that's the most important fight. Y'all are saying that fight tarnishes his legacy. So if that fight tarnishes his legacy, then he ain't in there. But I mean, I guess if I wasn't being
to get the
if I wasn't being a hater though, but if I wasn't being a
you gotta
hater,
put Canelo up there.
I'd
man.
have to put Canelo in
You
there.
gotta
'cause
get, but whether we agree or not, he didn't fight or the best or whatever the case is.
MEZBX says
he's been the most active fighter.
MEZBX says James Toney. See that's tough because again, James Toney, a lot of his best
Yeah.
wins were like in the '90s. So like, do
Yeah.
you put him in there because that's one of them topics where you got to really sit there and
You
like
study it.
you know that might be a video. That's a video topic right there.
Write it
The
down.
top 10 boxers of the 21st century.
Yeah.
Romo Gonzalez is number 1. That's all you guys need to know. That's right. Number
Over
1.
everybody?
Everyone.
Lies, Mo.
You know, even Floyd said he was number 1. So
Did
there, yeah. When Floyd retired, he said that Romo Gonzalez is number 1. When he
You
retired,
think Floyd believes that?
he said it.
Okay.
Anyway,
What else you think?
Canelo had no good fight since GGG. Bivol has a cherry pick gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
Sergio Martinez.
You still gotta give credit. You still gotta give credit to him because, and then this is me talking about Canelo. Canelo, as whether we want to agree or not, who he fought or whatever the case was. Yes, we can all agree that he didn't fight the best fighters in whatever division he went to go there. But I will say this, Canelo, you gotta give him some type of credit.
Karma says you got to include Trevor Bryan, the last American heavyweight champion. I told you. What did Stacey say? Stacey, I told you Trevor Bryan was coming.
You coming? What does it say? He says, "Don't let." What's that saying they always say before the fights, before they train? He said, "Oh man, I can't think of it now."
Hey, I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah.
Trevor Bryan's my guy.
God bless
Y'all lay off on my boy Trevor
God
Bryan.
bless him. God bless him. Yeah.
You said, BT, and here you go. This is Pyro. BT, when are you going to take Pops to a Casting Crowns concert? You know where I will be.
Who?
Casting Crowns is this Christian worship group.
Okay. I listen to the radio, Christian radio. Does that count, Harold?
Yeah. Oh, have you heard the news that, supposedly Benavidez is going to fight Vosdick and on the same card as Frank Martin versus Tank?
Yeah.
But also on the undercard, they're saying that Demetrius Andrade is going to fight David Morrell Jr. How do you think that's going to play out? Feel free to speak your mind.
I'm fucking riding with Morel.
No? No Andrade?
No.
You don't think he can do it?
Nope.
You don't think he can defuse the bomb?
No. If he just fought Benavidez, right? And I expected him to
do
Benavidez
more?
big and strong and this and that. He didn't do shit against him. He's definitely ain't gonna do shit against a young Morel. I don't think so.
Oh.
His days are numbered, in my opinion. Days are numbered. He had his opportunity to do his thing. He hasn't done shit.
I mean, look, I still like Andrade.
No, I like him too.
I
but
would love.
You have to call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
I would love to see.
You will favor him over Morel?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I didn't say all that.
okay. I thought, no, hell no. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I would love to see Morel and Benavidez. I don't know why the management and fucking well now he's at 175, so he's not gonna come down. But I would love Benavidez against Morel. That'd be a great fight.
Well, guess what? Benavidez is light heavyweight now, so all that 168 is done.
Is it actually true? Is it done? Or?
He's fighting 175.
Yeah, I know he is right now.
No more.
That's what he says.
No more fighting 154 pounders and 168 anymore. Now you can fight 160 pounders at 175. That's gonna be the new wave soon.
Yeah, and then if he wants to move up, what's that thing called? Bridgeweight?
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Johnny, the pride and joy of all Las
Yeah, what
Vegas.
is
He
it?
said, "Pop said, I stand on morals and principles."
Yeah.
He's referring to when you were going off at Pro Box at Anslo's fight.
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell the chat that story?
I don't
Pops.
know. Which one?
My dad's gonna the chat. My pops is gonna tell you guys a story. We went to in November we went to Angelo Leo versus Nicholas Polanco, and I turned my back for 5 seconds, and Pops is mad. Why were you mad, Pops? What happened?
You talking about that guy? The guy you talking about when I told you
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to punch this motherfucker out?
Yeah,
Okay, well, when I get there, right, and I don't like being around a lot of crowds, believe it or not. I say to myself, whatever, because I know whatever the case may be. So I move up closer where BT is recording the boxes that are coming in and so forth, and Team Angelo. And as I'm sitting down, I'm staying with this. I'm sitting with this nice girl, and we're talking and stuff. But she's married. We're just having fun, and I'm cheering for her son. Her son's winning, whatever. And all of a sudden, this motherfucker that I've been talking to the whole night, right? I'm just chilling. I've been talking like he's a buddy of mine, right? Because I just met him talking boxing. He gonna come and tell me, hey, you better watch out. That's his wife. I said, who the fuck are you to tell me? Who is you to fucking tell me what I gotta do? First of all,
So then I'm just like running around getting my content, whatever, and I turn
I got a whole
around.
security guard people.
Listen, I turn around. I turn around. I see he's all mad, and he said, "No, he disrespected me. I stand on morals and principles." I wish I would. I wish I would have had that on camera.
A little bit less to drink.
If I would have had that on camera, that I would have literally changed that to my channel intro. It would have been
Holy shit, I said that?
It would have been the True School
I don't
Sports
even
logo.
remember.
It would have been the True School Sports logo, and it would have been you saying, "I stand on morals and principles."
Oh man, I must have really been.
You were going crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Hyro says, "Why don't you watch Daniel Lusinov?" Hyro, for the 50,000th time. That's not fucking Daniel Lusinov. That's some other guy. Daniel Lusinov's in a lawsuit. I almost got sued because of it.
you guys go through.
Jesus,
you
man. Even every live for like a month. BT. Are you gonna watch Callum Walsh versus Daniel Lusinov? He's not fighting Daniel Lusinov. He's fighting another Lusinov. Lusinov's in a lawsuit. Jesus. But somebody asked me, am I gonna watch the 360 Promotions card tomorrow, which is gonna be Callum Walsh versus the other Lusinov? And yes, that's gonna be tomorrow's live. Tomorrow will be live for that. Saturday will be live for Jose Cepeda and Maxie Hughes. So make sure you guys tune in for all that. You know,
who you got winning that?
I like Maxie Hughes, but I think not Jose Williams Cepeda should win.
Okay.
You know. I guess Andre couldn't get a fight at 160. I thought he was moving down in weight. Well, no, I mean, Easy, when I heard him say that 160, first of all, I didn't think he could make the weight. And then even if he could make the weight, who the hell is going to fight him? Like, he couldn't get fights there when he was champion. So how is he going to get fights there with no belt and a loss? Hence the reason why I got angry when he vacated the belt and moved to 68, because the
belt was a chip.
That belt was a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like an Andre fan. I wasn't thinking like a boxing fan. You know what I was thinking like?
Mm-hmm.
A manager.
I just think
That's how I was thinking.
as much as we both here on your channel we talk so much about him, how highly we thought he is. I just think he made bad decisions.
That's it. He's a talented fighter. No matter what
Made bad
anybody
decisions.
says, a lot of fighters would love to have his career be 2 division champion, amateur champion, Olympian. But
Obviously, he's doing well. God bless him.
he ain't sad about it.
No, that's what I'm
He
saying.
ain't sad about like not.
Yeah,
He made good money, right?
man. I don't like. It's like I said. There's one fighter that we always talk about. That he doesn't care. Oh, Eubank.
Chris Eubank.
Yeah, this motherfucker. All he cares about is making money. Like you come to any sport.
It's so
to be
great.
The best.
It's so great that you said that. Actually, you actually just like his manager. Shout out to Elliot. This man called me at 5 a.m. because he's in Dubai, so he's in like it's like afternoon. He called me.
Yeah.
I was talking to this dude on the phone for like
Eubank's manager.
an hour,
Holy shit.
and we had a whole discussion about the difference between a world champion and a pay-per-view star, right? And he said it's better to be a pay-per-view star than a world champion. And the reason he said that is because there's a lot of guys in boxing that are world champions that can't draw flies. They can't make any money. But guess what? Chris Eubank has market value and people want to see him fight, even though he's never been a world champion. So he could always become a world champion, but the dollars gotta make sense because Eubank, guys like Crawford, these guys have, especially specifically Eubank, he has a guarantee. networks got to pay Chris Eubank Jr. a certain amount of money if they want him to fight. Otherwise, he's not fighting.
Holy shit.
So, it's funny, right? Because I was talking to him, and I'm like, well, I want to see Chris Eubank Jr. fight Ian Green. But, like, obviously, I'm
Yeah.
like, I told him, I know you guys ain't going to take that fight because
Yeah.
there's no money in that fight.
Right.
But,
Yeah, but this is my thing, right? The guy comes just like Ben. The money comes both of them. They come from money, right? So you've always grew up in money. You got all this money, whatever. Thank your dads or whatever, right? So my thing is, how can you just feel like complacent, just like making money and not? Don't you want to, like in a sport, want to be the best of what you do?
I think every fighter starts off wanting that, and then they learn how the sport actually works, and then they're like, oh, well, this sport at the top level, it's not really about who's the best. It's not. Like, it's you guys out there. I know we like to fantasize and say, yeah, it's about this and that, but let's be real.
I think the most I learned about, was studying.
Boxing at the top level is not about who's the best.
There was one guy that told you. Remember, who was the guy you always told me? He told you something like, in boxing, he broke it down to you like in boxing, it's more about business and it's not really about the best one.
It's not.
Who the hot?
It's not.
So I mean, it's true what you're saying because a lot of fights that we see fighters is how the fuck they got this guy here when this guy the guy outranks and is a better fighter than this guy, but this guy got a shot. To politics and all
There's
that
politics.
shit. So my whole point is, if I go into something like that,
now every now and then,
legacy, you want legacy.
Now every now and then, the boxing fans get blessed because the sport and the business line up, and it actually is about the best for that particular situation. Like, Better Be at Bivol is a situation where, okay,
oh man,
those are two guys that are actually clearly the best in the division. There's no bigger fight that you can make in the division, so it just lines up where now you got Saudi involved.
Yeah.
They're going to put up the money. Supposedly it's going to happen in Saudi. So that's one of the situations where the stars align. But for the most part, at the top world-class level of boxing, big-time boxing, it's not always about who's the best. And so then that's why... But that goes back to why people say, BT, you hate big time boxing. Yes, yeah. because when there's money involved,
you said big time boxing.
Big time boxing. When there's millions of dollars involved. There's millions of dollars involved. The more money there's involved, the more of the purity that's sucked out of it. So there's a reason why I like pro box. Okay. Because guess what? I'm gonna get fair, even fights for the most part, and I can enjoy boxing in its purest form.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm gonna say also is about these two guys, Ben and Eubank, is that. Wouldn't you think they want to follow them, they push them to be champions and do better than their fathers?
Why would they do that?
Or even your boy you really like from Hatton Son.
Campbell, oh God. People troll all the time, like, and
they
put fake reports of like saying Terrence Crawford's next fight's Campbell Hatton.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole point is that's what I would think. I would think, okay, my dad did it. I'm gonna try to do better than my dad. But these guys are just like. They can complacent what they're doing. Nothing wrong with it, but I don't agree with it.
Following Star wants to know who is the most wasted potential you ever saw in boxing, BT? Demetrius Andrade, hands down. I think Demetrius Andrade, had his career been ran better, could have been a top 5 pound for pound caliber fighter, Hall of Fame talent.
Yeah, that's other fighters that we have.
But apart from him,
yeah,
I won't say him. I'll tell you a guy who I thought was gonna be very big back in the day. That didn't quite live up. He didn't even become champion. But I swear, like 2015, 2016, even like parts of 20, like that, around 2015.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me. A lot of people thought this guy was gonna be champion and rule over the 140 division. And you know who that was? And you do know who he is.
Yeah.
Because he was the first guy I ever interviewed in boxing. That's Amir Imam, the young master.
Yeah.
I thought Amir Imam was gonna beat up on Broner and Danny Garcia and these guys, and then he got beat up by Adrian Granados, who was never the same.
Yeah, and I think in that case, a lot of it is when you have a lot of bullshit or shit going outside the ring, it can actually affect what you do inside the ring.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
But I don't know if he was the big. I don't know if he's the biggest wasted. No. I'm trying to. That's what's coming. That is one that's coming to mind. Because he's a guy that I had really high hopes for, at one point.
Yeah.
Someone said Zab Judah. Zab, again, he still, even with him being with Zab, listen, even with Zab being a 4-round fighter, and I guess recently I've been throwing that word front runner he was a front runner. Oh my God.
Wow.
That boy, Zab, 4 rounds?
Forget, yeah.
Oh, your ass was grass. 4.5, 5 rounds.
That's it.
You were cooked.
Yeah.
But look, even with his inconsistencies and his underachieving, Zab Judah still managed to become undisputed champion.
Amen.
Still the undisputed. So look, a lot of guys would love to underachieve and still be the undisputed champion of a division. You know.
That you know that guy, the Mexican guy that he fought on Golden Boy card. He was an Olympian and he was this and that. He fought I think 134, 140. I can't think of his name now. Though he's supposed to be a good Mexican. But watch one fight.
Oh, Dosa Boxing says Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. A lot of people had. I mean, he showed flashes. He had beaten Fonfara back in the day. He even gave Sergio Martinez a scare towards the end of their fight. But I'm gonna say this. I think Chavez Jr. was very coddled. He got a lot of gift decisions against like Brian Vera and things like that.
I don't think he took boxing serious.
And he didn't take boxing serious, and it got to the point where he just got into drugs, and he lost to Anderson Silva. Like, come on,
that's crazy.
I mean, it was bad, you know. So we'll see. Hyro, I would address your comment, but you bringing up Earl Spence. I'm not talking about Earl Spence. I'm not doing that.
What you doing?
I'm not doing that. I know you hate Bam Rodriguez, bro. I'm not. If you bring up Earl Spence, we're not doing that. So I'm ignoring you.
What are you saying about him?
I'm not gonna address it. He needs to retype his comment and not bring up Earl Spence.
That's good. You crazy.
He was winning the Jacobs fight. Yeah, Chavez was winning the 2 rounds of the Jacobs fight before everything went to hell. Personally, I was high on Kermit Cintron before his Margarita fight. He was 5'11" welterweight with heavy hands and good movement out of the Krong gym. Yeah, but you know, yeah, he probably could have did a little better. I remember when he fought Adrian Granados on ESPN Friday Night Fights, and they robbed Adrian Granados on that fight in his own hometown. Like, Adrian Granados got robbed in Chicago, but Kermit Cintron had a lot of promise. It's a good one. MEZBX says, I expected more out of Mikey Garcia. You know what? That's the one. That's the one we're going to go with.
Oh, shit.
That's the one we're going to go with. Mikey Garcia. Like,
yeah, but he made money, Brendan. He made Lou.
Good for him.
Because Matchroom paid him all that money, right?
Matchroom paid him $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas in Texas. I was there. I watched the fight.
Yeah.
Okay? Mikey did a great job of looking after himself in the business. And he was, listen, no matter what I say, what was he like? I think he was a 3 or 4 division champion.
Yeah, whatever he was.
He was like a 3 or 4 division champion.
Yeah.
Really good fighter. I got nothing bad to say about him as a fighter. Man, I just feel like for the ability he had, you know who he reminds me of? You know, I used to always compare Mikey Garcia to in basketball because when he was still fighting, I was watching basketball a lot at the time. He's the James Harden of boxing.
You think
You
so?
know how James Harden is like really skillful and has got all the tools, and you watch him sometimes like in his prime, you know, when he's in the Rockets and stuff, and you say, man, James Harden, if he really was just a little bit less lazy, maybe if he had a bit more fire in his belly, he could have been the best player in the world, right? Well, that's what Mikey Garcia reminds me of, just James Harden. Same thing. All the talent in the world, all the skills, but then you watch some of the fights, like when he fought Spence, mailed it in. When he fought Salido, checked out. I mean, he won that was weird. That was a weird fight because he won the early rounds, and then as Salido came on, I think it was a head clash. Guys, refresh my memory. It was either a head clash or low blows. But basically, Mikey Garcia looked for a way out the fight because they had completed enough rounds, and then it got ruled a technical decision.
That's kind of crazy.
So
I mean, but I'll tell you what, people like this.
avoided Jorge Linares, avoided Lomachenko with a fight Earl Spence. You know.
And then I think even after you get the match from purses and stuff, he like commanded like big money for the fights. Yeah. After that,
he hated Bob Arum.
Did he?
His feud with Bob Arum was hilarious.
Was it?
Yeah, because Mikey's a pretty level-headed guy, and he just be cursing out Bob Arum and stuff like that. You know. Hyro said, "Nah, man, you didn't fix anything. I don't see any comment, Hyro."
You guys are funny. You and him are funny.
Chavez Jr.'s best moment was the Andy Lee fight in the 12th round of the surgery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. It wasn't Fonfara. It was I think he beat Fonfara, but that's what it was. He beat Andy Lee.
Wow.
He beat Andy. Yeah. So he had a lot of promise. Chavez Jr.
And it didn't even.
He was this close to knocking out Sergio Martinez when Sergio Martinez was at the top of his game.
Jeez.
He was losing like the whole fight, and then he hurt him in the 12th round, almost got him out of there.
Jeez.
So
that's when he was level-headed.
Garcia avoided a lot of meaningful fights. That's what I'm saying. Like Mikey Garcia, he won the thing that was the most important, which was the business of boxing. So he gets to live a good life, which
Yeah.
God bless him. But and he still beat some good fighters. Like he beat Adrian Broner. He beat what's the guy's name? He beat some good fighters. I can't remember them all right now, but like
He should have been.
he beat some decent fighters, and he was a multiple division champion. But I just feel like for the talent level he had, maybe he should have. I would really,
prime, yeah.
the defining fight for him that really
Duck.
grinds my gears that he
Yeah.
didn't take was him not fighting Lomachenko. Like everyone talks about Tank not fighting Lomachenko,
Yeah.
which I get, but bro, Mikey Garcia not fighting Lomachenko
Yeah.
was ridiculous. Because I remember there was a thing where, because I remember making videos about it
Right.
back in the day, where Mikey Garcia meets Lomachenko. He's like, yeah, we could do a fight. We'll put together a nice big pay-per-view fight.
Nothing.
And
That's crazy.
nothing came.
Yeah.
He ran and fought Earl Spence at 147. Now that I think about it, he was one of the guys on PBC that kind of started this trend of guys avoiding the meaningful fights in their own weight classes to take fights in bigger weight classes that they would get no scrutiny for losing.
That's crazy.
For good money. Pops, I want Ryan Garcia to win. He's my Sean Strickland. The way Ryan talks is someone we need in boxing.
What's this?
Hyro.
Good night, Harold.
Hyro says that Alex Saucedo. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually agree. Alex Saucedo was a fun fighter to watch, a good TV fighter. I liked Alex Saucedo. I loved watching him fight, but
Yeah.
he kind of, now that I think about it, him and Otabek Komatov are actually kind of similar.
Seriously?
Because, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to explain how. So, Otabek Komatov, Top Rank signed him. He
Right.
was the A side. The stage was set for Otabek Komatov to become champion. And with all the odds stacked in his favor, he found a way to not win the fight and not become
Jeez.
champion, right?
That's crazy.
Well, guess what? 6 years ago, Alex Saucedo was this Mexican-American fighter from Oklahoma City. And Top Rank, Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker had just went to the UK.
Okay.
He took the title from Terry Flanagan in a
Wow.
fight that a lot of people didn't think he was going to win.
Right.
Grinded it out, won the fight. He was looked at that time as the weakest champion in 140. So
Mhm.
Top Rank saw an opportunity. They overpaid Hooker as the champion to bring Hooker to Alex Saucedo's hometown of Oklahoma City.
Right.
Saucedo, the stage was set for Saucedo to become champion.
Right.
Saucedo drops Hooker in the first 3-4 rounds of the fight.
Holy
Hooker
shit.
gets up off the canvas and stops Saucedo in his own hometown in the 7th or 8th round.
Holy crap.
And so that fight right there is probably one of my favorite fights of 2018. And that fight right there is why I never talk bad about Maurice Hooker. Because it's easy to it's easy to win fights when you're
You say what you- yeah.
when you got everything stacked in your favor. But
But
can
when
you
you-
win a fight when things aren't stacked in your favor? That's the mark of a true champion, right? And-
Going
and-
anywhere that on the other guys.
And I remember towards the end of Maurice Hooker's career when he started losing to Virgil and even Blair Cobb and these kind of guys, people wanted to make fun of Maurice Hooker. But I have a long memory. And Maurice
Yeah.
Hooker was putting on some good fights in 2018, 2017. He was a real champion.
Dude,
When he
respect for that,
got the belt, when he defended it, when he got the belt and then defended it against Saucedo, he didn't sit there and just
Look,
sit on the belt and
Yeah.
he could have fought guys 15, 12, 13, just cherry pick the rankings. You know what he did? He fought Jose Ramirez straight away, unification fight.
Holy shit.
Right away. Did he win the fight? No, he got his ass kicked.
Right, but
But
still.
but he made the fight. So I look at him, I got the utmost respect for Maurice Hooker. Probably one of my
Because-
favorite fighters from Dallas.
And then he's very humble when you talk to him. He's a nice guy when you talk to him.
Yeah. Mikey beat Robert Easter Jr. What happened to that was probably one of the wins I was happy about because I felt the type of way about Robert Easter Jr. I felt like back in the day, he may have gotten some home
Yeah.
cooking against Dennis Shafikov. Close fight, but he was in Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Easter Jr. was one of these guys that he had good hand speed, but he just didn't really impress. Even when he'd win, I'm gonna sound like you
Yeah.
now. I'm gonna sound like you.
The bunny.
He didn't really do it for me, but he was a good
Yeah.
fighter. The last I heard about Robert Easter Jr., he was actually down here in South Florida training at Centeno's gym with Xander Zayas and them.
Oh wow.
I want to say that was within the last 3 or 4 months. He was down here. So he's still
Yeah.
around. I don't know if he's in a fight, but he was training down here
Yeah.
recently. That's the last I heard. Hyra says, what about Zhao Schming? Oh my God. One of the that might be you might have just won the game, won the whole game. Zhao Schming was a hype job.
Was he?
Zhao Schming was a 2-time gold medalist for China. I believe he was I'm gonna say he was a featherweight or super bantamweight, something
Yeah.
like that. Bob Arum was trying to bring boxing to China and tap into the Chinese market, so he had the star of
Of
the
China.
Chinese Olympic team.
And what happened?
Got his ass kicked in the pros because that the amateur stuff didn't work.
That was into that?
Angelo's actually sparred him when Angelo sparred
Oh,
Zalsman
wow.
when he was a kid. Yeah, he was a kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, you get some fighters that they just disappoint.
Duke Golden, what's good, champ?
What's up, dude?
He says, would you say Mikey Garcia is a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not.
No.
No way. I don't see how you could call him Hall of Fame. He's good. He's a very good fighter. I think he was a Hall of Fame talent, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, if that makes sense. Like Demetrius
Yeah.
Andrade, to me, a Hall of Fame talent, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He gets, to me, going to the Hall of Fame just isn't about winning world titles. It's not just about the being in big fights, but it's
Yeah.
also about being in big fights in the moment you live people with. And I just felt like Mikey Garcia, he wasn't in enough significant fight, like big fights, you know?
Yeah, I just think once he started making the American money, it just like he lost the hunger that he had or could have had.
He's
I
a
mean,
good fighter. He's a solid good fighter,
Look
though.
at the cars he drives. You ever see how he lives out in the desert, where it's called? Gotta go through the whole fucking.
Is Gamboa a Hall of Famer? Well, if you add up his whole like boxing career with the amateurs, you can make a case. I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
because my thing is this: if we ain't putting Marlon Starr in the Hall of Fame, ain't none of these guys you asking me get in the Hall of Fame. Mikey's not getting in the Hall of Fame, and Gamboa ain't getting in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But Gamboa, he was champion. He had a good run.
Yeah.
I believe he was on the pound for pound list. He was a gold medalist, so you could probably make a case. But there's just so many guys that haven't even got in yet that should get in the Hall of Fame. I think
Probably fought more better opponents than Mikey Garcia.
that's what I'm saying. You can't let Gamboa losses define his success. This is Hyro saying. Hyro likes Gamboa because he likes how PBC keeps using him as an old ass fighter.
Harold, are you serious?
He likes that.
No way.
So
How is Harold?
didn't Robert Easter Jr. get shot? That's probably why I haven't seen him fight. Yeah, he did. He did get shot.
Holy crap.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
Look, you got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
These guys from Ohio, the Broners, the Jared Andersons,
Wow,
I don't know what it is about Ohio, but
Yeah. Something about them. For sure.
yeah, you getting tired?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so guys, look,
Sleep
Pops got to go to sleep because he has to be up like, early in the morning tomorrow. But you got any final message, Pops?
Nah, man, keep supporting BT. Thank you for being here, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't. Check out all of BT's videos out there because there's some great ones in his recent interviews and stuff. And thank you always, and God bless you guys.
There you go. So there you go. Y'all got 70 minutes of Pops. So
Yeah, that was good though. It's been good.
it's been a good live. So listen, I'll stay on for like 5 more minutes, then I'll get up on out of here. We'll fill it out. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it can be longer than 5 minutes. It all depends on what kind of response and feedback we get from the viewers. You know, we hear though. Kelmer says, "Take care, brother. Hope to run. Yeah, for sure. I'll be out west. Let me see. I'm going to Vegas, and then will I be in Cali? I won't be in Cali, but I'll be in Vegas for the Tim Tszyu fight, and then I'll be in Arizona for Oscar Valdez versus Liam Wilson. But I'm not going to Cali, so I'll see you when I see you, man. I want to go to Cali soon. Juan Diaz. Oh my God. Blast in the past. I remember Juan Diaz. What is the biggest PBC hype job? Ooh, that's a great question. Who is the biggest PBC hype job? I'll tell you this. Joey Spencer was pretty bad. I didn't like Joey Spencer, so you could go with him. Well, I can't think of anybody else right now, but Joey Spencer comes to mind. When I think of guys from PBC that were hyped up that didn't do much, Joey Spencer. Is Lomachenko a Hall of Famer? He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. One of the greatest amateurs of all time. Like the fastest fighter to win a world title in X amount of fights. Was in great fights with Devin Haney. So, yeah. BT, any updates on the Japan trip? Have you made any appointments with the gyms in Japan? I only got one appointment right now for Japan. And that appointment is with... I forgot the name of the gym, but it's the gym that Jin Sasaki trains at. I'm in contact with them on Instagram, so they've already made it clear that once I know when I'm coming to Japan, let them know, and I'll be able to go there and get content and stuff like that. So them, and then obviously I've got direct plug to Misako Boxing Gym, so I can hit them up. I could make my appointments with them. But right now, the important thing about the Japan trip is like right now I'm just trying to get some things in my life in order before I go to Japan. So I'm really trying to figure out what exactly is the date I'm gonna go, because I was targeting late. I was targeting early July, late June, early July. Now I'm thinking late July, but now I'm starting to think early August. So I don't know yet. So once I lock my date all the way in, and I know for a fact, and I have my plane ticket booked, this is when I'm going to Japan, then that's when I'll start making like more appointments and getting more, serious about that. But until I have my date, until my plane ticket booked and my accommodations, my hotel and all that stuff booked, I'm not really making my appointments as of yet. But trust me, when the date is locked in, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But right now, all I can tell you is Kenshiro's gym, Misako Boxing Gym, Jin Suzuki's gym, Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya. Those are the gyms that I know for a fact I already have appointments with. But everything else is gonna be up for grabs. Have I learned some Japanese? No, I gotta tighten up, man. I gotta make the time, cause time's just going by and I ain't really been putting my time in. Um, what about the Panthers? You're gonna miss them in. No, I'm not leaving in June. That's exactly why I'm not leaving in June. If I didn't think the Panthers would win the Stanley Cup this year, I would be going to Japan in May. But the Panthers are winning the Stanley Cup, and I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss the parade. I don't want to not be in South Florida when that happens. So that's why I'm staying here, sticking around. Is boxing really that big in Japan? Boxing, from when I was there, I would say boxing is probably the third biggest sport in Japan. The biggest sport in Japan is baseball. The second biggest sport is kickboxing. Kickboxing is huge, and then I would say boxing is third. A close third. But kickboxing is massive. I couldn't believe how massive kickboxing was when I got there. It was kind of shocking. What if they don't qualify? Ain't no ifs. They win the Stanley Cup. Ain't no ifs, Hyro. What do you mean? What if they don't? If somehow that it doesn't happen, I'm still going. I'm still gonna wait until the day I booked. I mean, it's not gonna speed up anything. So if you're thinking, Hyro, that you want to cheer for the Panthers to get eliminated from the playoffs, and that'll speed me up going to Japan. If anything, I might be so sad. I might even postpone my trip a month longer just because I'll be that damn sad. But yeah. BT, will you bet good money for the Panthers to win the cup? Yeah, when I go to Vegas in like 2 weeks, I'm gonna go to the sportsbook and put a couple hundred on it. In fact, the thing is, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna win a lot of money because they're actually the Stanley Cup favorites. They're the number one favorites to win the whole thing. So I'm not even sure if I'll get like odds where I'll make a lot of money. So I may not even if I win, I may not even get a lot of money back because they're that much favorites right now. Who's that in the Japanese card behind you? So this is my favorite magazine. This is a magazine from 2014. So obviously I can't read Japanese, but basically it says Flyweight Wars. So right there is a young Inoue. In the middle is the best fighter of them all, Romo Gonzalez. And then that's Ioka. So the magazine pretty much says that they're all supposed to fight each other. And then as we know, Inoue didn't fight Cholatito and Cholatito didn't fight Ioka. So it's a cool collector's item. I like it. It's a rare magazine. I've never seen this magazine anywhere, not on the internet, nowhere. So it's from that time, it's almost 10 years old. So yeah. That old ass goalie is gonna cause you trouble. Why can't you guys get Spencer Knight? Because Spencer Knight is soft and has mental health problems and doesn't wanna. He doesn't want to be the Panthers' number one goalie. That's why. But shout out to everyone here, man. Look. What is it? It's 12:39. So look, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It was a pleasure talking to everyone. I'm gonna get to these videos because I got a lot of videos I gotta pump out. It's been a bit of a weird week, and I want to really catch up on stuff. So I'm gonna get up and out of here. Last question: is Mr. Honda one interview you want, BT? Yes, I would love to interview Mr. Honda if he would be willing to sit down and speak with me. But look, you guys take care, be blessed, and we'll be back tomorrow or for another live. this will conclude day 55 in our live boxing series. Tomorrow, we will be live to cover Callum Walsh versus Lusanov. So, the fight's on UFC Fight Pass. I'll be covering it here on the channel. Stay tuned for it. Stay tuned for all the content. Check out the 2 videos I dropped just before I went live about Virgil Ortiz and Madrimov and Blair Cobbs. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.